I've been in the hospital the last 11 days with my baby, and here are 4 lessons that I learned that you can apply to your business today. Number 1 is being grounded in gratitude. Now I know this term is frequently overused, but it really is something to remind yourself of when shit seems to be hitting the fan. I was constantly reminding myself that I was lucky and grateful to have the support of my family watching over my son while my wife and I were in the hospital. I was grateful and reminding myself how abundant I was to have a real estate team that was supporting me while I was distracted in the hospital. These lessons you can apply to your life and business even when you feel like things are going sideways. For example, the market we're in right now is really tough and sellers are canceling their listings because they're not getting the price they want. It just happened to me. When something like that occurs in your business, instead of allowing it to derail you, remind yourself what other positive things you have going on in your life and your business so that you don't feel overwhelmed by that negative thought. So if you have a healthy family, you have team members that support you, all of that is overwhelmingly more positive than the one deal that you might have lost. Number 2 is everything happens for us and never to us. I understand it's very difficult to accept that when you feel like shit is hitting the fan, but it's important to remind ourselves that everything in life is sort of planned already, and it's our responsibility to have the right mindset when it happens to us. For example, I could have been very angry, which maybe I was a little bit, at being in the hospital for 11 days with my kid. But instead of thinking and telling myself that this is happening to me, I changed my rhetoric and said this is happening for me. This situation is helping me prepare myself for whatever might be coming next in my life. So I encourage you to think about what difficult experiences you've encountered in your personal life and consider that those things happened for you in order to be prepared for what is coming next. Life is never punishing you, life is preparing you for the next chapter. So when something goes sideways in the business, do not think the lesson is a punishment. Instead, the lesson is for you to learn something to apply to the next difficult situation that you encounter. Number 3, self-love equals survival. I really believed that the best thing I could be doing for my family the first couple days was not leaving the hospital, not eating, not sleeping, and literally just being as physically present as I could. The struggle with that is after the first few days, I really felt like my emotional bandwidth, physical bandwidth, and mindset were pushed to the limit, and I wasn't able to show up the way that my family needed me to. I made a simple tweak and went to the gym and got a haircut. I came back less than 6 hours later feeling like a completely new person and showing up for my family the way that they needed me to. So if you find yourself skipping meals to make phone calls instead, or you find yourself not going to the gym because you want to accommodate a buyer showing, or you just find yourself not going to church or spending time with your family on the weekend because you're hosting too many open houses, I don't want to shut down this desire to grind. However, I want you to remind yourself the more love you show and pour into yourself, the more you will be able to pour in others. You can't pour water into another person's glass if your cup is empty. Number 4 is a lesson that can be applied to every aspect of our lives. But after 11 days in the hospital, one thing that I continue to remind myself is having the right perspective. Despite how terrible it is to be there, it could be so much worse. As I walk around the hallways of the hospital, I see children with cerebral palsy. I see whole families crumbling in the hallways of these hospitals. And what it continued to remind me is to have the right perspective. So remember, next time you feel like life has dropped an egg on your head, remind yourself, it might be bad, but it could be so much worse. And start at the top of the list. Ground yourself in gratitude and establish the right mindset. Be okay with showing yourself love because loving yourself is survival. Have the right perspective. Remember that life is happening to us and never for us. This business is hard enough, which is exactly why it's important for us to always be working on our mindset, especially considering that the market we're in doesn't appear to be getting any easier. So if you found this blog helpful, make sure to share it with a real estate agent you know.